Right, let's take you through the front pages of the newspapers. The first one is the Business Day, SK.
Indeed. All right, let's take a look at that front page. SA clinches a surprise G20 consensus deal is their lead story. Block by block, diplomacy secures a rare agreement amid global tensions. And South Africa pulled off an unexpected diplomatic victory at the G20 summit in Johannesburg, securing consensus on a leaders' declaration after weeks of high expectations and deep geopolitical rifts. A picture there of US President Donald Trump and New York City Mayor-elect Zoran Mamdani shaking hands as they meet in the Oval Office at the White House in Washington on Friday. And then unity a win, but the real work starts now. G20 success in achieving a declaration is also its inherent weakness. A consensus formed by such a disparate group with far-reaching aims, ambitions and ideologies has to be crutched on generalities and non-commitments and vague timelines. Also, Mutasami's maiden century drives Proteas towards a victory. And should South Africa lift old age grant threshold? BE Essential for Stability says in Nechitenze some of the stories that they also look into.
All right, the next one that we've got is the Daily Dispatch. And the Daily Dispatch taking a look at legal aid lawyers buckling under crushing caseload. The public defenders of suspects accused of a range of serious crimes are buckling under the strain, and they're talking to the Bishop and East London High Courts, or just 2 practitioners have to juggle scores of clients. So that's their lead story. Buffalo City Metro cruises into the bumper tourism season. Yeah, South Africa, it's around the corner. The summer tourism season kicking off with renewed energy following the arrival of the first several international cruise liners at the Port of East London, with anticipated increase in visitors expected to give the local economy a boost of almost 7 million rands. So the photo they've got, it's models showcasing designers' fashion creations at the 2025 BCM Fashion Show celebrating deaf delegates. And this was held at the BMW East London on Saturday evening. So yeah, it's lovely, very, very nice. And former Miss SA Mia Leroux was the main guest speaker at the event. And then on the side, focusing in on the G20, Ramaphosa warns G20 of developing nations' debt crisis. We'll have more on that with our interview in the next hour.
In the witness this morning, Duduzile accused of luring South African men to fight in Russia. A bitter fallout has erupted in the Zuma family after Nkosazana Bonganini Zuma Mncube opened a criminal case accusing her sister, Duduzile Zuma Sambudla, of helping lure 17 South African men into the Russia-Ukraine war. And also President Cyril Ramaphosa raises the gavel during his closing address of the G20 summit in Johannesburg yesterday. South Africa recorded a major victory when world leaders adopted a declaration aligned with the country's economic, environmental and technological development aspirations at the G20 summit, which closed in Johannesburg yesterday. And also dealing with the devil, hotter than hell. Wonder what that's about. And brilliant Muthusamy makes his mark. Population decline worries. That story on page 9 of The Witness.
All right, so the next one is the Cape Argus. And yeah, a nice photograph there of the sea and Table Mountain in the background there. And basically this is the Kite Beach in Blouberg Strand, a world-renowned spot for kite surfing, windsurfing. And they're showing us that beautiful view that you do get there. So yeah, a nice feel-good photo there. Cape Town gears up for the festive light switch-on spectacle. And 80,000 attendees are expected for this highly anticipated free open-air concert, the Festive Lights Switched On. That'll be happening on the Grand Parade, at the Grand Parade, and this is on this coming Sunday. And then City refutes claims of housing units in Fishhook, and a proposal for erecting 10,000 low-cost units is what they are talking to. They say it's unfounded. They have clarified that the draft Masiphumelele Local Spatial Development Framework identifies preferred affordable housing land near Masiphumelele at Loch Hill Small Holdings with no development rights as yet. So that's a big story that they're focusing in on there. All right, let me leave it there. That was the Cape Argus. Let's look at the rest of your newspaper front pages.